best orc from China. LawLiet, can he be named best night elf in Korea? As long as there's Moon, it's always hard to proclaim someone as such. Moon certainly always in contention. Hard to tell at the moment. I would say pretty close between them. Twisted Meadows, a hard map for Night Elf to make any strategy work on, it feels like to me. And the biggest reason for this is creeping. So difficult to do. With an Ancient of War, you can take camps here, yes. But with enemy interference, especially when it's a Blade Master interfering, that is very different and dangerous indeed. Double Wisp Scout coming out. And it's a normal opening here. It's the Demon Hunter into Huntresses, which is the safest. And is still very... still has a lot of variety to offer. Meaning you can play all sorts of strategies behind it. You can play an expansion. You can try to go for Mercs. You can go Talons, Dryads. One of the big strengths of Night Elf, having such a big variety of playstyles to choose from. 2 borrowed tech here, without a shop, however. So the Blade Master is probably going to go for a circlet, go scouting, wants to make sure there's no Ancient of War creep happening. Some Night Elves will be greedy and play this a little bit risky, going for the Ancient of War creep, hoping not to get discovered. And Fly here, he's responding by scouting, making sure this is not the case, not happening. So it's still gonna be a fast tech. And the Demon Hunter isn't gonna be able to do too much about this. A little bit of light lumber harass here is gonna be what he'll be able to do. Does he have evasion first with that? Here he's not gonna tank too much damage, but I haven't seen any misses. So not necessarily. Alright. The first interesting thing happening here. Good scout, by the way, by the Wisp to see this. When the Night Elf is, when the Orc is opening this way, 2 borrow without a shop, normally he would be creeping the green camps. This will be less experience, of course, but also less damage taken. Now he's taking quite a bit of damage, so he's gonna need this shop. Shop is gonna be coming up here, but this could be getting cancelled. If this gets cancelled by the Demon Hunter and Huntresses come in after, this could be a rough... Gets the last hit. Could be a rough early game for the Orc. So... the DH tried to come in here and steal the last hit. Didn't happen, of course. Gloves of Haste now for the Blade as well. But I must say, this seems like a wasted opportunity by the Demon. Shouldn't he be in the main right now? Cancel this shop? He could have cancelled this, certainly. Yeah, so I must say, this Demon's movement early on didn't seem to be the most effective. Because now, this Huntress can't really do too much. Demon now has to go back, has to heal. And yeah, this shop is done now. Takes pretty long to complete here. The Demon can cancel it first, the first time, and then the Huntress can help the second time. And the next Huntress coming out after, making this very difficult to deal with for the Orc player. But no, that is not how this worked out. So, all in all, I'd say pretty good early game for Fly. Nothing... Oh, staff coming in, and the boots as well, right? Yeah. No massive advantage here, but a decent advantage, I would say. Oh, the block from the peon. Did you see this? Blocks him again. Blocks him again. Oh my god. He didn't reach him for the burn, so he was able to heal through with just 2 salves invested so far. That was pretty sick. So now it's time for the Orc to decide. What does he think the Night Elf is going to play, and how is he going to respond? Most important choice here is going to be the second hero. And it's the SH. If LawLiet plays Talons behind this, this is not going to be the greatest hero later on. By no means is it bad. But it's not as good as a TC. And, of course, his tech is delayed at the same time. Because he invested into Huntresses before. Now he has to make the choice here. Talons or Dryads. Beastmaster second will be the choice regardless. Oh, does he have only 2 hunts, by the way? Normally we see a 3 Huntress opening, but no, it's only 2 Huntresses here. Tier 3 rush without any tier 2 buildings. It has to be talons then, right? You don't really want to rush bears, I don't think. First blood here might be drawn by the demon, but good blocks coming out from Fly, as always. Is this 1.30? No, this is 1.29. NetEase so far is still on 1.29. Alright, what's happening? Yeah, it's the winds. What we had to expect with that super fast tier 3. And he might get this grunt. The Quilby's damage is just barely good enough. That was just... that lined up perfectly. Those were the last shots he was able to get out. Maybe one more. And it's the first bit of experience here for the DH and the Beastmaster sharing it. And now he's solo leveling the Beast. Oh no. Demon is coming in. No, he's not! The Telestaff got cancelled by the Hex. That's pretty annoying, but he's got the boots, so he's going to be able to get there up there in time anyways. But of course now quite a bit of damage is missing. So creeping this camp, not quite so easy. Really doesn't want to lose this Ancient of War. His only really good means of creeping here. Gets the flute. It's a little bit more damage for all of his talents. And the demon here keeps being annoying. With barely any experience, however. The mana burn, I suppose, isn't too important because there's no TC. But it's also about the stats. This is like the centerpiece of your army. It's gonna be your tank and your damage dealer at the same time. When the talons are there for crowd control. Oh! The Hex here makes things dangerous, and he actually loses his demon. Gets the last hit stolen, by the way. The Quilby's got the last hit. More experience for this Beastmaster, who suddenly is almost level 3. And the Quilby's might be able to get the next grunt. Oh, but now the Beastmaster is almost... oh, he didn't get the surround! That was a massive mistake. The first end snare is what this was. Trying to get towards the invul. He is gonna be able to grab it up. So, oh, he pops it early, before the end snare even. Does he still have the end snare ready? Oh, this is way too expensive. This is way too expensive. Invisibility. Oh, this was... oh, he's got the dust already, though! So now he sells the aura and buys a TP. That was an invis potion, a dust, an invul, and a TP just to keep this Beastmaster alive. Oh my god. And sells the dust after, actually. That was so expensive. Demon's back now. Not even the orb. This demon is ridiculously weak. Whereas this orc army, despite only level 1 SH, isn't too bad at all. More creeping being done here. Beastmaster, can he really carry this game for LawLiet? Nice hawk usage here. Sees the orc on the other side of the forest. And finally something for the demon. He needs to catch up. His stats are just way too low. Only 3 Moonwells, by the way, for LawLiet, so he can't even get up to 50 supply. Moon Juice looking pretty dire as well. Wellspring is gonna help him out here. And the Tinker soon as well. He has the orb now, at least. Yeah, he needs to creep. Needs to solo creep this demon badly. Solo creeping is also happening for the SH here. That's going to be his level 3 at this very camp. Lake Master only level 2. Greater Invul though. That's very good. With the addition of Hex now, hero kills are even more thing than they are usually. More of a danger. Talisman of Evasion, not too bad for the Beastmaster at all. Gives it over. Not solo creeping the demon still though. And now there seems to be an attack into the base commencing. Oh, this is a beautiful flank. These talents totally exposed. They do have Master, and we have Serpent Wards. We've been seeing more and more of this. It's level 2 Serpent Wards, by the way. And TP out from Alive before he loses too much. He lost 1 talent so far. Oh, that one wasn't quite in range. Might get this grunt here, actually. Well done. So there's no heal wave. Hex and Serpent Wards from this SH. So two talents lost, all in all, and they got 1 grunt only. Grunts, of course, not what you want to have anyway, so losing them doesn't really hurt too much in the later stages. So despite this subpar Shadowhunter choice, it's looking pretty good for Fly here. And I think this is mainly thanks to the map. There was so little experience that LawLiet could gather early on, so despite the hero not being the greatest against this strategy, when he had such a head start in terms of experience on all of his heroes, it's still looking pretty good. 58 supply now already for Fly. Going towards the Berserkers makes sense. With there being no TC, you need a little bit more damage from other sources. But even with a TC, of course, we see Berserkers pretty much all the time. Big army here against 49 only from LawLiet, but 6 supply of this is still Huntresses. Also not the greatest. SH is low mana, but he's got the greater mana. Wisps coming in for detonate. Get ensnared, however. That of course means that the ensnares are going to be on cooldown here quite a bit. Is there no heal scroll here? There is. Not in time though to save this one raider now. The demon in trouble has to go for the invul before a hex can be used, as the SH still has mana. Still only level 1 mana burn here to use. The Tinker seems to be in dire straits. There is no staff here. No preservation staff anyways, only the staff of teleportation. That's not gonna be good enough, I don't think. Hex coming along with the ensnares. He actually gets away just barely. And then he has the time to staff back into the main. Moon Juice is nothing, so he has to rely on potions now. LawLiet in deep trouble. He only has 1 Cyclone left here on this talent. Soon to be another one on this one. And actually, reinforcements here seem to have been forgotten for a little while. Beastmaster, he has nothing at all in his inventory, but seems to be able to make it back to the shop. But he's suffering more and more losses with the talents. Now may have to evacuate with the TP. Doesn't even have the money for this. Once again, it's the Invis potion. This one should save his life. And it will. But that was a fantastic fight for Fly. And now we can even steal the consumables here. Oh man. That is so painful. Only 1 scroll of healing. He could have gone for a second one, but decided not to do it. Still has the greater mana on the SH. Soul Mask, of course, also helping with the regen here. Once again, detonate against the walkers. And this time they hit pretty well. So there's not too much mana left on them at all. But same can be said for the talents here. Barely any mana. Cyclone, he only has a limited number of them. These talents here are trying to get back to the base, but they're not the fastest. It's gonna take a little bit. Beastmaster ensnared. No potions here. Oh, no, never mind. 3 healing potions, actually, on the DH. Tinker in deep trouble. Next healing potion here used on the DH. Still only level 2. He's getting hexed. He's getting ensnared. There is Cyclone. And there's no dispel for disenchant anymore, as it seems. Can he kill this first hero? That should be the game if he manages to get the kill. Doesn't quite get it, however. Has to rely on the Moonwells now. He lost the shop before. And the Serpent Wards, they're not being touched at all. So once again, Pocket Factory coming out. The Beastmaster. Oh my god, this is all so close. The Demon Hunter now next on the list. This must be the kill now. Finally, it is. And the Tinker. Wouldn't be surprised if he follows soon after. There is no Cyclone here. This one is the one closest to it. But he's not gonna get it. And more ensnares. More kills. My god, it's a slaughter. Beastmaster coming back with a scroll of healing. That's only gonna do so much though. Just seems like there's way too much damage in this Orc army. And way too little for LawLiet, whose late Demon Hunter had such a tough time. Did this one staff cancel over here kind of determine this game? That would be saying too much, I think. That would be overstating things. But certainly didn't help him. Blade Master looking for the next kill. He might be finding 2 at the same time. One more swing. Oh, but he gets the level up. So, he still doesn't survive the crit, of course. Tinker level 2 falls. Beastmaster saves a lot of his talents, but 28 supply, my goodness. And these Serpent Wards. Star-shaped the Prophet was right, perhaps. They are looking pretty good right now. This essay is almost level 5. Jesus Christ. Level 5. Alright. Give us level 3 Serpent Wards. Let's go. 50 damage. So, look at this. Look at this there. This is just one Serpent Ward. Demon was stuck there, but Fly was nice enough to open the way for him. 50 damage, Serpent Wards, boys. 50. That is kind of crazy. GG! And the lead for Fly. I see the new emotes are a big hit with you guys. I like them too. They're pretty cool. Thank you very much, Plogroon, for the first time sub. Welcome. Twisted Metals, of course, always a difficult map for Night Elf. I think there were two big mistakes for LawLiet there in the early game, which made the game so much more difficult. They seem like small, trivial things, but I think they had a big impact. First, he decided to harass or try to steal the last hit of the Overseer from the first camp that Fly was trying to take. That has very little chance of working, and in fact, it did not work. Instead, he could have cancelled the shop of his opponents during that very same time where he was trying to do this. He didn't do that. Had he done this, he could have applied a lot more pressure with his Huntresses following after. So Fly had a lot easier of an early game than he was supposed to have. And from there, everything was pretty difficult to get going, as is oftentimes the case for Night Elf on Twisted. We really should introduce a face command here. Since people keep on asking in chat, no, I did not get into a fight. That happened from trampoline jumping. I was practicing backflips on the trampoline. And in the first couple of tries, I landed on my face. Hence, the bruises. But it looks worse than it is, guys. Don't worry. It doesn't hurt. Soon, resubbing for 2 months. BW hype. Hell yeah. Second map, Amazonia. This one should be much better for LawLiet. Demon had such a tough time to get off the ground. I think the entirety of the game he didn't even get level 3, right? When the SH in fact was level 5. Which was crazy. Now we have Fly with the lead. And LawLiet needs to score here. The way it works, by the way, in W League is when you win 2-0, you gain more points than with a mere 2-1 victory. 2-0 gives you 3 points, whereas 2-1 gives you 2 points. And when you are the loser with 0-3, you get no points. However, when you lose 1-2, you at least get 1 point. So every single map matters. One-2-0 is unavailable today, unfortunately, guys. He's not gonna be playing. I asked earlier when his to which point his matches have been postponed, but for that, apparently there is no answer yet. By the way, as I said, my face doesn't hurt at all. It looks worse than it is. What does hurt from the trampoline day is my back, dude. Since like the last 4 days, I feel like an old man. When I get up and I stretch my back, dude, it hurts a lot. So, I don't know. Maybe next time I go trampoline, I should go stretch before or something. So, do we have anything special happening here? Doesn't really look like it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Demon, Blade Master, Ancient of War, Lightning Shield Creep, everything standard. So far, question is how aggressive is this Blade Master going to play this? He could go for the circlet here, do the little trick, go for the Troll Creep. For that, he doesn't need a shop. That will mean he can tech extremely fast. Right now, in fact, boom! Tech. Where's the tech? Oh, there we go. A little late. Couple of seconds.
A player's forces are under attack.
But let's not be too harsh. And there's the trick. Attacks the camp. Grunt walks around in range of the troll trappers, triggering their end snare. And then they walk away. Who came up with this, by the way? I think I saw Focus doing this first. But I'm not sure. Demon here, stacking up heavily in the stats. Really good inventory. The gauntlets certainly aren't as good as the slippers, but not too bad at all. 75 more HP. Making him quite a bit more tanky. You can use that to heal up more effectively with the Moonwells as well. Good stuff, good stuff. Next troll Berserker here. Oh, we're gonna have the first battle. There is a dust in the inventory, triggers it right away. Oh, nice grunt movement here to not allow the last hit to be stolen. And it was a gauntlet as well. Not so nice for the orc, whose heroes really aren't in trouble in this matchup. If they are in trouble, you have lost the game anyways, pretty much. Let's compare the techs here. Should be a decent... Oh, hell yeah. Quite a bit faster here for the orc. This shot... Can he cancel this shot? This would be a big deal, but he's not even trying for it. Seems like he doesn't believe he can. Level 2 claws. Could have been close, maybe. Oh, this is really smart, actually. He knows the shop isn't done yet, so he can perhaps try to go for this one as the Blade Master isn't healing up yet. But Fly isn't gonna be giving up his rogue for free. And now he will be healing up. Over here, Agent of War is gonna start the next camp along with the archer.
Player's forces are under attack.
If you could get the rogue here, this would be really nice, but Fly isn't, as I said, not giving this up for free. The grunts here are receiving a bit of damage, but they will be healed up, of course. Sometimes orcs will play further out on the map, try to creep the renegade here, go for the berserker as well. That helps a lot with the unit comp, getting up to 50 supply. 2 grunts and a berserker is a lot better than 3 grunts going up against talents. More experience here for the DH. And that is him. Only about 200 away from his level up. Thanks to that super fast tech, of course, these tier 2 buildings will not be getting cancelled. We've been seeing less and less of this lately. Foggy found great success in this matchup with his tactic of cancelling the Lodge, mostly, over and over against the orcs, being such a pain in the ass for the greenskins. But aside from him, I really haven't seen this strategy deployed pretty much at all over the last month or so. Will be interesting to see when Foggy plays again, how he plays this at the moment. Double staff action here. This is certainly reminiscent of Foggy. Is LawLiet still gonna try for the cancel? He must know he's too late. He saw the 1 burrow tech without a shop, so he must realize there's just no way at all. Fly playing it super safe, even blocking the way with the peons. Didn't plug all the holes, but a few. And this is just not working out at all. Perhaps this is just purely supposed to be distraction for this right here. Ancient of War creep on the other side of the map. Hopefully he doesn't deny this one. Oh, nice. Good multitasking by LawLiet. However, unfortunately finds himself in a surround here. But there is a staff, so this DH really shouldn't be in trouble. But what about the Blade Master? That's the question here. He has slow speed. He has the heal salves. And the aura. He's pretty fast and he's pretty safe. Staff back in from the demon. Where are we going? To the creep camp. Not towards the action over here. That's solo experience for him. That's almost level 3. Wand of Illusion also really good. To tank up more. Or if you could get that skill. He's trying to block with his illusions. Oh, but the scroll speed is still here, so this is very, very unlikely to happen actually. TC getting a bit of solo experience over here. If he gets the last hit, that is almost level 2. LawLiet now pumping up the pressure. Oh, he's gonna steal it! Steals it with the Beastmaster. That's a big deal, but now there's an end snare. There's gonna be a surround, and I don't think there's any getting out of this for LawLiet's Beastmaster. Can he transfer the staff? It's on cooldown anyways. Is not gonna happen. Blade Master. May have to pop the scroll here to survive. Whew. 30 HP only. LawLiet is playing this really aggressively. Out in the middle of the map, without master training, without the orb. Nope, doesn't have the orb either. He got a grunt here, but as I always like to say, grunts don't matter in the late game. So it's fine. At least he got experience though. That's a good thing. Basically level 3 now already. Level 2 TC, only level 1 Blade, but he's very close to his own level up here at the Merchant. Doesn't decide to creep his Merchant, but rather more aggressively steal the Renegade here perhaps. Or is he actually going for the natural? Fly, of course, known for his aggression in this matchup. Much more so than many other orcs might be playing this. And of course, before there's master training, all the map control in the world belongs to the orc. Where is the master training? There it is. Pretty close to done. Gets the Ancient of War here as well. Nice little pickup. Can you force a TP here? No, he can't, because there's a staff. On the Beastmaster. Easy save. Oh, but what about him? Oh, he, once again, is gonna be falling. Can he transfer something? No. Oh, nice. He keeps the Demon Hunter pinned down with the ensnare, so he can't be saved. Oh, that was a very good telestaff right there. If you telestaff immediately after the ensnare lands, it can't get cancelled. LawLiet here with the quick fingers. Oh shit, and now the altar's dead. Along with the Beastmaster, of course. Oh no! Oh, that's not good. LawLiet in dire straits right now. Once again, Fly with the big commitment to the base attack. Despite this strong level 3 Demon Hunter, once again, it's doesn't seem to be working out. 2 more Moonwells here, almost dead. Scroll speed though, he will decide to disengage. Oh, legs. Doesn't get the Raider. The lags are unfortunately here with the Nettie's connection. I hope it's gonna stabilize. Oh shit. So he's gonna wait for this Raider to come down and he's gonna get this kill. At least he kept this Moonwell alive. That's actually a big deal. So he doesn't have to remake 2. Alright, I reconnected LawLiet here, so it should be getting better now with the spikes. Altar still not up, Beastmaster still in the grave. And in the late game stages you really want level 3 Beastmaster. But that's gonna be very hard to acquire. Game number 1, Demon Hunter was the issue. Game number 2, it seems to be the Beastie. Oh, and good scout from the peon. Gave him head warning if there might be a base attack happening. And of course also gives him the information that he can go for the base attack now himself. That could be a massive shockwave here if he went for it, but didn't actually do it. Disenchant here to get this Raider back to safety. And there was an easy TP forced. A TP that LawLiet most likely will have to reinvest into. Steals the consumables over here as well. What's the consumables looking like for LawLiet here? Has nothing. No potion, no TP. A creep drag right here, if it was to happen, could just end the game. But that's not what's happening. Fly instead is creeping down here. Finally gonna add some berserkers into his army. I'd like to see some more walkers. 3 isn't the most. He's in upkeep already. I imagine he's making more walkers. Yeah. Peon scouts being sent out once again. What was the item? Belt. Pretty useless. Once again, survivability is not something that orc heroes are concerned with in this matchup. And the Raider run by. I imagine he has pillage by now. He doesn't actually. He's not researching it. Takes a while to create this without raiders, but is still fine. Level 3 here for his blade. Wand of Mana Sealing for the TC could be coming useful. Oh, he gets 2 raiders though with his TP. Is he gonna try to save these 2? It lasts 20 seconds on units, so you have quite a lot of time to respond. Oh, he's gonna buy a TP to save them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that choice a lot. Needs to use it soon though. Oh, can he save him? It's really close. He loses the 1. With better micro, so walking him up here could have perhaps saved him. So uses the TP to save only 1 raider. Not the greatest. More berserkers as well though. 63 supply, big orc army. 50 only for LawLiet. But it's a pretty good army. He's got 2 fairies, he's got a whole bunch of talents, and so much mana. Look at this. So many of them are full mana. What's it looking like on the walkers? Decent, but not as good. Only 4 walkers, first of all. I think with an army this big you want to have 5. And they're not full mana. None of them. And he's not making more, surprisingly. Once again, he's going to the base. As Fly likes to do. Does he have pillage now? He does not. It's coming. But too late. To be effective now. Oh my god, this shockwave is beautiful! Didn't get burned, didn't get cyclone. The Blade Master's coming in once again. Second scroll of healing for him. Oh my god, all these talents are so bunched up. We have Wisps coming in. Shockwave coming in once again as well. Now the talents are very well protected into the back. So this is extremely hard to engage into. But Fly just disengages here as it seems. No, going back in towards the heroes next perhaps. He's thinking about it. Going back and forth, looking a little bit indecisive. Oh, the mana potion coming in. Shockwave hitting 3 talents. Executes one of them. He hasn't burned this TC once yet. Finally, there it is. This took a very long time though. Invul Pop trying to go for the Tinker, who's by the way almost level 3. How did this happen? Needs to use some heal scrolls here if he doesn't want to lose these raiders. Loses the 1. That is the level 3. And LawLiet is making this defense work now somehow, I think. More talents are falling. Where's the scroll of healing? He still has 1 on the TC. Needs to pop it. It's gonna be a really good scroll. There it is. Hitting like the entire army. There's still cyclones left though. As we saw earlier, these talents had so much mana. There's still disenchant as well. Here we see one of them, the Tinker, dropping very, very low. Staff can only save 1 hero. The other 2 are still in trouble, and that's gonna be a double kill. Level 4 for the TC. He's losing some raiders on the retreat. Yes. 4 fairies, by the way. That's a lot of fairies. And that fight, of course, very decisively went towards Fly. And now we can steal the consumables once again. Got all 3. Double scroll of healing and an invul. In the chase, at least 1 berserker is gonna be LawLiet's prize, but still down at only 35 supply. He lost the altar again, right? Oh, shit. Something I just realized. He lost the altar again. He can't revive his heroes. The Beastmaster and the Tinker. Can go for it at the tavern, of course, but that is extremely expensive. And Fly still with 52 supply. Moving forward. He has a lot of ensnares to use. Demon has 2 potions. Maybe he is not the most viable target. Pops the invul still and goes for the first hero. Invul on invul. Keeps this demon safe. Where's the disenchants? He doesn't want to use disenchant because of the fairies, I guess. But this is a value disenchant right there. There we go. Uses it now. And now he's out of range of the fairy dragons of the mana flare form. Demon dropping lower. He doesn't have an invul anymore, remember. Still has the heal potion. Pops it here. More and more talents are falling. We hear the death cries one after the next. Only 4 talents is what we have remaining now. And guess what? 0 cyclones. And this is usually where this game might be over. Nice staff out here. Quick presence of mind to save his first hero at the very least. But I think that might be the only save. These talents here are praying to whatever god they believe in. What's the Night Elf god? Didn't they play to like Ashara or something? It's quite a while ago. No, Elune, right? Is a loon their god? Or is it just like... when they say for a loon? I don't know. Who read the Warcraft books here? Who knows about the lore? Yeah, I think it's a loon as well. Yeah. Well, a loon was not with LawLiet today, as it seems. 0-2 defeat against Fly.